So from where the camera is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but what's become the road or the trail pretty much disappears into the direct center of the paint. I'm not worried about that. I will change that. I'll pull it in one direction or the other as the painting develops. Even though to look at the line drawing it's in the center, I'll use mass, shadow, light, and color to move it in the direction I feel appropriate. Right now I'm thinking the road's going to come down more strongly like so, and it'll be more level off to the right. Minor issues, nothing to worry about. Excuse me. So I'm just going to draw in my lines in the foreground. Sure happy to be able to move my right arm around a little bit better now. It's kind of hard to stay steady when it hurts every time you move it. Get Mr. Horizon in place here. Those evergreens, I do not mind making them very dark, because really, with the exception of some reflection from the sky, the entire, landmass from here down is going to be in the dark. I really want to have the viewer focus a lot of their intention, or a lot of their attention on this thunderhead. The bottom part of the painting, for the most part, will be supportive. Funny, running my brush through the charcoal, if it's thick at all, or if there's too much residual charcoal sitting on the canvas, the paint will not adhere well to it. So I'll run the brush through twice just to make sure that it has good adhesion to the canvas. It's funny how such small, subtle, and seemingly inconsequential movements within a brushstroke can change things. And it's too bad, because sometimes you don't intend to change things, but you do, and you lose some particular bit of flavor about something you painted, and that's a pity. So you try to recapture it later. Anyway, do the best you can. Alright. I bought this canvas from a local art store this morning. I'm actually very happy with it. It has tooth, but not too much. And as we know, tooth and beauty go together. And I need all the advantages I can muster. Now, I more or less follow my charcoal sketch lines. Not too exactly, but if I see something while I'm working with my initial turpentine here, or paint thinner, my wash in, try to improve the painting. Every time you touch that painting, try to improve it, you know? As I say that, of course, I do a few quick, thoughtless strokes. Alright, let's see here. Right now I'm using ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. You know, it's sort of a dark, dirty green, brown, but frankly, when I lay colors into it, if it picks up a little bit of that mixture of colors, it doesn't, you know, the fresher colors don't go as muddy, and that's a good part of the reason why I use this mixture as an outline. And I don't think once this painting is done, you'll be able to perceive that it's as much an outline. Right now, you know, some paintings I show the outline very clearly right up until the completion of the painting. I don't know that's going to be the case in this one. But I do want to have my washing colors between, you know, the field, the trees, the eroded bank, the road, some areas of grass. They're going to be dark as I wash them in, but they will at least be the color that I'm after. So again, I'm laying down a guide for myself as I continue to work on the painting. This is stuff you don't see on the camera so easily. You know, it's against a white background, you're seeing white and black. I can't do much about that, but okay, so there's my foreground more or less washed in. I'm going to do that. Because I think it doesn't hurt to remind myself that this road will stay fairly flat. I could be wrong. I throw it in there. It's a personal preference. Okay. Now to that ultramarine and burnt sienna, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre. And I'm going to put on my spectacles here. Sometimes my vision isn't so good close up. And sometimes I forget that my vision isn't so good close up. So for some of the fill-in here, it just occurred to me that I'd like to put my glasses on. So as you can see, this is going to be a bushy area off to the side, but because it is just off to the side, I'm not worried too much about exact shape, just general shape. Trying to keep it simple. Alright, that's okay. Now I'm switching more to ultramarine blue and yellow ochre. Because I'm seeing some vegetation in the middle of the road here. And some vegetation on the banks, sort of the rise on either side of this path. By the way, I don't know if this is going to be a brush painting or a knife painting yet. I have no idea. At some point I'd kind of like to mix the two. I know there are plenty of painters out there who do it very successfully. And yeah, I mean, with some beautiful results. Kind of goes against my training, which is fairly formal and fairly old school. Pretty much comes from old school impressionism type thinking, which is great. I'm not complaining. But yeah, when you come from a school of thought, sometimes it's a bit difficult to change your thinking in those areas. And okay, I'm going a bit purpley here. Added a bit of alizarin crimson. So I suppose as an artist, a person should be sort of willing to try all kinds of different things. I'm just a bit slow on the uptake. But I've been met with some pretty good success just doing what I do. So and I know it very well, so I tend to stick to that. Sure not opposed to trying things though. Okay. Okay, just wanted to give you a sample of what I'm using to wash in the foreground. I'm not going to take you along for every moment of every step, but I'll try to provide some sample footage of each step of the painting as it progresses. And for now, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I apologize. I thought I was done for the day, but I keep having energy and I'd like to get the foreground blocked in at least. And I know there's at least one person out there who would like to see as much of the process as possible. So, Tim, this is for you. I have a little bit of residual burnt sienna and ultramarine blue, and that's fine. It's dark, but I've added quite a bit of raw umber, well, straight raw umber. So this area here with this sort of erosion down to the path is straight raw umber. Now I'm going to fill in the fields here, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre to that raw umber, just a bit. And again, I'm not sure how much of that you can see on camera, but it will help to separate the trail, the greenery, and the eroded areas. You know, they're very flat fields, so they're going to pick up a little bit of light, even though the foreground is mostly silhouette. They're going to pick up some of that light from the sky. So it's kind of natural and very plausible that it'll be a little bit lighter in general, in value, than much of the rest of the foreground. Again, quick and rough. That's okay. Even though it's almost as dark as the fence posts, it's very important that you don't blend them too much right now, because if you do, you'll end up further down the line as the painting progresses having to distinguish those lines again. Whereas if I do it now, I'm saving myself a bit of work later. And I'm all for saving work. I'm a lazy guy. It's just like working in a coloring book right now. Which is, you know, once you've established your lines, then yeah, it's kind of just labor, but you still get the pleasure of seeing the progress. And I don't know about anyone else, but as these areas get filled in, you know, it helps me to determine, or helps me to make decisions as the rest of the painting goes on. Okay, that's it for tonight. I promise. Good night, guys.